Allied dominant force in Europe.
Europe meets.
Good afternoon and welcome to 500 Sidecar Association here at Chelmsford for their staging of the 2018 British Championship. Practice has already gone extremely well, track looking to be in tip-top condition. It's been made the biggest, they've laid out the biggest track they've ever laid out here at Chelmsford, so we should be in some very quick and spectacular racing. Reigning 250 champion Henry Atkins is here. He's already gone very, very well in practice, as of the two former champions Graham Thomas and David Knowles, and good to see that Charlie Brooks is fit and able to take his place here this afternoon. In the 350s, former champion Paul Hurry and Tom Perry have looked very, very quick indeed. So reigning champion Rob Finlow also looked very impressive in practice, and former champions on view, of course, Andy Mellish and Wayne Broadhurst. 500 sidecar, Josh Goodwin, the defending champion, he looked very good indeed, as did Mitch Godden, and looking for a record 9 times, Shaun Harvey looked very, very good in the practice as well. Left-handers, no practice at the moment for the reigning champion Richard Webb, and having looked round, the left-handers, it looked like Martin Cup looked to be going as quickly as anybody. He was a former champion, of course, way back. So thankfully the black clouds are moving over. The track looks to be in tip-top condition, so we're looking forward to a very spectacular 2018 British Championship. So Henry Atkins, the reigning 250 champion, leads the 250s round now. Henry Atkins just receiving his mug for the day to commemorate riding in this championship. So he's the defending champion, Henry Atkins. Adam Hawker, number 50, is the next rider to come round. He will be number 50 today, not number 8 as per your programme. Then we've got Giles Dismore, number 182, the next one to come round. And then next to him is 116, that's George Fenner. Good to see George back on at 250. Then Luke Harris, number 26, former champion. 174, young Brandon Gutteridge. Then next to him is number 69, Chris White on his lap of honour. Then we've got 78, Anthony Sales. Number 10, Tim Gregg, and some new leathers for this British Championship this afternoon. Number 22, Phil Thomas, made a good comeback to the sport this season. Number 501, Ben Worrell, he's the next rider to come round. And number 32, Nathan Irwin, he's the next to receive the trophy. Former champion Graham Thomas, number 314, Charlie Brooks, could very well be much in contention this afternoon. Number 16, then we have number 91, Russell Little, and number 42, Chris Johnson. Those two receiving their trophy, their medals there. Then we've got number 64, David Knowles, another former champion. They're going very, very quickly in the early weeks of this season. 305, Mark Collins. Then number 27, Martin Hollinsby. He gets his cup there. Then number 11, Oliver Stanford. Then we move on to the 350s with 161. That is Tom Davis. He usually rides number 61, but he's number 160. Number 91 is the next one. That's Patrick Croft. Then number 32, Jamie Fenn-Smith, to receive his cup. Then former champion Andy Mellish, and his first meeting back after a long injury sustained at the Speedway last year. Number 7, Andy Mellish. Number 61, Chris Ward, is the next rider. Then 170, Mark Taylor. Seen a lot of Mark on the upright class this season so far. Number 6, the defending champion Rob Finlow. Not very often Rob travels this far to race. He's a class act on that 350, and he is the defending champion. Number 28 is the next one. Max Pankhurst is the next rider to come into view. Then another former champion, Paul Hurry, obviously going to be very much in contention this afternoon. Number 821 Barry Powell is the next one. Then number 12, that's Martin Adams. Number 158 Wayne Broader is another former champion. Number 19 Dave Mears. I'll be there or thereabouts many times on the podium in this 350 championship. Mark Jones, a man they've all got to catch this afternoon. He's the form man on the 350 in this early part of this 2018 season. Number 17 Andrew Whittaker now receives his trophy. Then number 83, that's Liam Ashcroft. Then we got number 77, Barry Coates, the next rider to receive his memento. Then we got Tom Perry, twice a former champion. Tom riding at number 1, he received his memento there. Then we got number 67, that's Lawrence Barber. Comes in for his, and number 45, Ryan Ashcroft. That concludes the 350s. Now we move on then to the 500 sidecars. Chris Neiman, Luke Russell, the first ones to collect their medallions. Number 9, Mitch Godden and Paul Smith, last runner-up over the last 2 seasons, looking to go one better this afternoon. That's Mitch Godden and Paul Smith to receive their cups there. Then number 72, Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg, looking to make it 9 titles this afternoon. Obviously we're there or thereabouts. Done a lot of work putting on this meeting, Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg. Then we've got number 47, Tony Dart, who is the reserve, but in fact he's actually moved into the meeting proper. Tony Dart and Mark Hopkins, very experienced pasture. Number 73, James Hogg and Scott Goodwin, the next ones to come into line. Then number 77, Sean Hughes and Louis Bennett, been going really well in 2018. Then number 7, that's Barry Bennett and Ivan Hughes to come round on their lap of honour. Next one to come in are the reigning defending champions, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown, crew number 3 there. Behind them is number 68, Dan Berwick, and with Josh Russell in the chair this afternoon. Then number 152, Aaron Vale, that looks like looks like Cara Southgate in the chair there for Aaron Vale this afternoon, so that's obviously a change of passenger we weren't notified about. It looks very much to me like Cara Southgate in the chair there for Aaron Vale. Then we've got Simon Beard with Phil Rowlands in the chair. Phil's going to be busy this afternoon riding in the 350s on the back of Simon Beard on the 500 sidecar there. Now we start off with the left-handers. Number 7, Alex Bowman and Mark Hopkins come up to receive their mementos. Then 128, Martin Cuff and Colin Clark. Martin, and former champion many seasons ago, he gets his mementos for him and Colin Clark. Then we've got number 68, Chris Berwick and Kaylee Booth. That's the next combination to come up for their mugs. And we got number 18, Rob Heath and Carl Fish, crew number 18. And that looks, oh, there's 2 more just coming round way back there. Number 25, Tony Penfold and Carl Ballner, the former champion. Tony, of course, he collects his memento from the ACU steward. That's 25, Tony Penfold and Carl Ballner. And then the last one to come up is 125, Billy Penfold and Dan Woodbridge. So those are the competitors in this 2018 British Championship collecting their mementos, so show your appreciation as they come round. Non-starter. So I can see the riders in the pit box ready for this first race. So Charlie Brooks, of course, just back off injury. Be interested to see how he goes in his first meeting back. Has got to be very much in contention then for this 250 championship. Adam Hawker, Tim Gregg, Ollie Stanford, Charlie Brooks, Chris White and Ben Worrell. The crews and the riders in action for race number 1, first heat of the 250 solos. So out they come then for race number 1, Tim Gregg, the first rider to come into line then. He's in grid 3, Adam Hawker on the inside of him, then Ben Worrell comes in next to him, Charlie Brooks should be the next riding ride, Ollie Stanford goes right for the inside. So settling then for the first heat of the British Championship 250 class, race number 1. Up the tapes, Dollar moves away, up from the tapes and Charlie Brooks gets a flying start. Adam Hawker's got away, so is Tim Gregg, and it's Charlie Brooks who gets the corner third. Tim Gregg holds his second, Adam Hawker trying to find a way through on the inside. Ben Worrell holds that 4th place position, but Stanford looking for that 4th place as Hawker trying to get inside Gregg on the entry to that top corner, lap number 1, but Charlie Brooks already stolen a march to the front. He's a long way clear, can put in lap number 1 then, and Gregg holding that 2nd place position. Hawker has got the 3rd, it's Stanford in 4, Waller's in 5, White in 6, that's the 6th, and Charlie Brooks looks to be on tip-top form at the moment, well clear going up that backstretch, sending his lead with every turn of the wheel. Stanford again looking for that 3rd place of Hawker, as it's Brooks who leads and Gregg holding 2nd, Hawker's got the 3rd, Stanford again the big sweep round the outside of that top corner, as Charlie Brooks is a clear leader then, and Gregg holding 2nd, Stanford now gone for the 3rd, Hawker relegated to 4, Worrell's in 5, White dropping back into 7th place position, as Charlie Brooks a length of a straight cleared the front, then Ollie Stanford having to go at Tim Gregg for that 2nd place position, as Charlie Brooks well clear starting his last lap, then Stanford again right round the edge of Gregg on the exit from that top corner, shoulder to shoulder for 2nd and 3rd place, and Stanford's gone through the 2nd, that's a super ride for Ollie Stanford, he's come through from 5th to 2nd place, but Gregg gets back through on the inside, Stanford again swings back round the outside to hold that 2nd place, as Charlie Brooks impressive, one of the first of the 250s, Charlie Brooks gets the winning ride, looks if Ollie Stanford's going to pick up that 2nd place, good ride there by Ollie Stanford coming right through from 5th place to 2nd, 3rd is Tim Gregg, 4th is Adam Hawker, 5 Ben Worrell, Chris White in 6th place. Your result then of race number 1 is a win for number 16, Charlie Brooks, 2nd number 11, Ollie Stanford, and 3rd number 10, Tim Gregg. 50, 501 and 69, so 16, 11, 10, 50, 501 and 69. Race 2 then, Luke Harris, Martin Hollinsby, defending champion Henry Atkins, Nick Irwin, Anthony Sells, Russell Little and former champion Graham Thomas, all in action in race number 2. So we've got all the rollers out then for this one with Nathan Owen on the inside, then we got Henry Atkins towards the middle of the grid, Graham Thomas goes into grid number 2, Luke Harris is alongside him, Hollinsby comes in 2 from the outside, just waiting for number 91 Russell Little to move into his gate in position. Looks as if there's a problem there, somebody's on the wrong gate, somebody is on the wrong gate to start there. Russell Little should be on gate number 3, and obviously somebody already on that gate. Looks to be a little bit of confusion there as they come into line for this 2nd heat of the 250s. Oh, I can see Luke Harris and Russell Little, they're both down to grid number 3. If you look at your programme, that's what's causing the confusion. They're both down to go into grid number 3. That's what has caused the problem there. So Russell Little coming right across to the towards the outside then. That's what was causing that problem at the race for race number 2. Dollar moves away. away they go, and it's Graham Thomas making a good start. Henry Atkins has made the best of start. He's in fourth place. He winds on Little goes through in second place with Thomas Lee on the back straight the first time. Atkins gets round Little of Chedsaway chasing Thomas as they move up the back straight. Lap number 1 then it's a former champion against the defending champion, and Luke Harris has come for Nova to go through into that third place position. Thomas on the inside. Atkins has got the speed to go round the outside, and it's Atkins who leads and Thomas in second. Harris has got the third. Little is in fourth place, and now Harris winds it on round the edge of Thomas to go through in the second place. Thomas goes back up the inside, but Harris makes a stick for second as it's Atkins who leads in, but Harris holding second. Thomas has got the third. These three pulling away from Little in fourth place. The defending champion well clear in race number 2 then, and Harris holding second. Thomas has got the third. Little is in fourth place. It's 4 long way clear. Hollinsby in 5, Irwin in 6, Sales in 7. We watch Atkins going into that top corner once again. Luke Harris is really motoring after him there in second place. He's visibly closing the gap on the race leader as they move it on to 4 then. Atkins clear then, but Harris holding second. Thomas is consolidating in third place as we watch Henry Atkins go on the back straight for the follow time in the second heat of the 250 solos then. Atkins well clear, and Harris holding second. Thomas has got the third there, pretty well spread out now in this second heat of 250 action. Good start there for the defending champion. Henry Atkins gets to an in ride. Luke Harris picks up the second. Graham Thomas comes across the line in third. Russell Little is in 4th. Nathan Irwin is going to be in 5. Hollinsby in 6. Sales in 7th place. Race 2 result then, a win for number 29 Henry Atkins, second number 26 Luke Harris, and third 314 Graham Thomas. 91, 32, 78 and 27, so 29, 26, 314, 91, 32, 78 and 27. On we go then to race number 3. Phil Thomas, Chris Johnson, another former champion David Knowles, George Fenner, Brandon Guttridge, Giles Dismore and Mark Collins are riders in action in this third leg of the 250s. David Knowles settles in on the inside then. We've got George Fenner on the outside over here with us, with Chris Johnson on the inside of him. The rider waiting to settle is Phil Thomas, looking for his gating position. Phil Thomas and the last one to settle for his third leg of the 250s. Dana moves away they go down, and it's Chris Johnson making a cracking start. David Knowles is very slow when he's got an awful lot to do. He's in 6th place at the moment. But it is Chris Johnson leads and going up the back straight the first time. Phil Thomas holds that second. Mark Collins is in third. David Knowles is starting to work his way through the pack. He goes through into third place now, looking for that second place. And as they come to complete lap number 1, is Chris Johnson leads, and from David Knowles has come for Noah to go for the second. Relegated Phil Thomas in third. Collins in 4. Fenner in 5. Dismore in 6. That's the 6 as Johnson leads going up that back straight once again. Knowles has got the second place. Thomas now coming under pressure for third as David Knowles visibly closing the gap there, and Chris Johnson moving into that top corner once again. Johnson lead. Knowles again goes wide, cuts it back for the inside run, but Johnson holding it down now as they complete lap 2. But look at the speed of David Knowles going in that top corner. He's alongside Chris Johnson and shoulder to shoulder the first and second place. Knowles trying to get through on the inside. Johnson again back round the outside. 2 boys between these two as they move into the top corner once again. Knowles trying to get back through on the inside. He puts his Johnson wide on the outside of that top corner. The gap through on the inside of David Knowles has come through that gap. He's gone from 7th to 1st. Johnson trying to get back round the outside of the move into the 5th corner once again. Knowles leads in. Johnson second. Phil Thomas has got the third. Collins is in 4th. Up the back straight on lap number 4. That's hard work there for David Knowles, working his way right through the pack to get to the lead position. Coming up that top corner for the follow time, it's David Knowles who gets to an in ride. Chris Johnson picks up the second. Phil Thomas is in third. George Fenner's in 4. Collins in 5. Dismore in 6. Guttridge in 7th place. The result of race 3, a win for number 64 David Knowles, second number 42 Chris Johnson, and third number 22 Phil Thomas. 116, 305, 182 and 174. So 64, 42, 22, 116, 305, 182 and 174. So race 4 will be the first heat of the 350s, delete number 29. So Patrick Cook, the first to come into line then for this first heat of 350 action. Chris Ward comes into line, then we got Tom Perry coming right on this, over on this outside. Wayne Broaders towards the middle of the track. Mark Giles, one from the inside. We'll wait for Martin Adams to come in, and Tom Davis. So a very competitive first heat of 350 action. Two former champions in action, plus the quickest man in the 350 so far this season, Mark Giles. Should be a good start for the 350 action. Wait for Tom Davis to settle there, moves into line and all ready for race number 4, first heat of the 350s. Away they go, Corey making a good start from the outside, and Ward has gone with him. Wayne Broaders makes the line through on the inside. Mark Giles has completely missed the start. He's left the main top, the mountain to climb now. It's Perry leads him up the back straight the first time. Broaders now goes through into second place, and Giles is starting to work his way through the pack as they move into that top corner on the opening half lap. Then it's Perry who's already building himself a good lead. From Broaders scrapping over Ward for second and third. Davis has got 4, Giles is in 5 and still with a lot to do. Adams is in 6, that's the top 6. But Perry's getting away at the front, then Broaders having a good ride in second. Ward using every inch of track in that third place. Giles now goes through into 4th. They've got a lot to do to get the top 3 from that position. Then it's Perry leads him put in 2 then. But a wide riding Broaders has got second. Ward is in 3rd. Giles in 4. Davis in 5. Adams is in 6. That's the top 6. As Perry increases lead all the time. Looks positions remain the same at the moment. Then it's Perry's clear at the front then. From Broaders still holding that second. Giles are taking closer all on Ward for that third spot. Last that flag comes out then for Tom Perry, the clear leader. From Wayne Broaders holding second. Ward has got the third. Mark Giles is looking at that third place of Ward. They go into that pits corner once again. Giles has gone wide to get the drive coming off the corner as Perry's the length of a straight clear at the front then. From Broaders holding that second place position. Tom Perry makes an impressive start. He wins the first of the 350s. From Broaders holding that second. It's on for 3rd and 4th places. Giles come with a late run. Giles gets 3rd. Ward is in 4th. Davis in 5, Adams in 6th place. Race 4 result then, a win for number 1, Tom Perry. Second, number 158, Wayne Broadhurst. And third, number 26, Mark Giles. 61, 161, 12 and 91. So numbers again: 1, 158, 26, 61, 161, 12 and 91. Race 5 then, reigning champion Rob Finlow in action, former champion Andy Mellish, then Andrew Whittaker, he's on the rostrum in the pass in the 350s, as has Mark Taylor, number 170. So another competitive heat then, race number 5. An air filter has been handed in at the pit box. If you've lost it, the air filter has been handed in at the pit box. So Andy Mellish, the first rider to come into line, former champion. I say his first meeting back for almost 12 months now for Andy, so a baptism of fire this afternoon. Lawrence Barber comes in alongside him. Pankhurst towards his outside, as is Barry Powell. Ben Smith goes through on the inside of Mellish, and Mark Taylor Rod on the inside of everybody. Rob Finlow, the last rider to settle for this race number 5, second heat of the 350s. So settling then for race number 5. Starler not happy, one or two of the riders. He's still in position. Now he walks away. Away they go. Barry Powell gets a far, but can't keep the front wheel down then. And Andrew Whittaker's made a good start, but Rob Finlow sweeps round the outside. Barry Powell's gone with these two together, going up the back straight for the first time, and Powell's gone on the edge of Finlow. As Lee going into that top corner, Whittaker holds a third. Now Finlow goes right round the edge of Powell, and Rob Finlow using every inch of track right round that outside as Barry Powell is the race leader. Finlow gets back past Whittaker. Whittaker comes again back up the inside. Andy Mellish holds that fourth place as Powell leads in. Then Finlow in second, Whittaker in third, Mellish is in fourth. Good action between these four as they go up the back straight. Once again it's still Powell who leads Andy Mellish right round the outside of Andrew Whittaker, trying to move through into that third place position as Powell leads him to put in lap number 2. Then Finlow holding second. Mellish has got the third. Whittaker is in fourth. Finlow trying to get the drive to get round the outside of Powell upon that pit's corner. There's a fight between these two going up the back straight. Once again it's Powell on the inside. Finlow moves round the outside. Super ride by Rob Finlow as he leads going into that top corner on lap number 3. Then Finlow the leader, from Powell holding that second place position. On to 4 they go then. Finlow leads it. Then Powell in second. Mellish in third. Whittaker is in 4. Mark Taylor is in 5. That's the top 5 as they go up the back straight on lap number 4. And it's again Andy Mellish coming under pressure for Whittaker. Good race going on for 3rd and 4th places as Rob Finlow starts off the defence of his title with a winning ride. Then Rob Finlow gets a winning ride. Second place is Barry Powell. Andy Mellish gets a 3rd. Andrew Whittaker is in 4. Mark Taylor is in 5. Ben Smith is in 6. Pankhurst in 7th place. Barber in 8. Race 5 result, cracking action. Race number 5 won by number 6 Rob Finlow. Second number 821 Barry Powell, and third number 7 Andy Mellish. 17 170 32 28 and 67. Numbers again: 6 821 7 17 170 32 28 and 67. Race 6, delete number 184. So coming to line then for race number 6, Phil Rowlands goes for the inside. Liam Ashcroft comes in alongside him. Then Dave Mears, the former champion, Paul Hurry towards the middle of the grid for this final heat of the first leg of the 350 solos. So Mears on the outside, Hurry next to him going inside. Then Coates inside him, then Ashcroft, then the other Ashcroft. They settle then for race number 6. Dave Mears is coming. Warren Ashcroft is also quickly away, but it's Hurry who's still in the march in front, but Ashcroft holding second. Mears in third. Rowlands settles into that 4th place position, but Paul Hurry's already building a lead at the front. Then Dave Mears gets inside Warren Ashcroft to move from the 2nd place. Ashcroft again back round the outside to try and retake that 2nd place. It's Hurry's the leader then, but Ashcroft in 2nd. Mears has got the 3rd. Rowlands in 4. Ashcroft in 5. Coates in 6. That's the 6, so they go up the back straight once again. Paul Hurry increases lead with every turn of the wheel. Super race going on for 2nd and 3rd, and Mears has got back round the outside of Ryan Ashcroft to move back through into 2nd place. Ashcroft trying to find a way back through to retake that 2nd, as Hurry leads can put in 2 then. So Mears holding 2nd. Ashcroft has got the 3rd. Rowlands is in 4. Liam Ashcroft in 5. Coates is in 6. Off the back straight they go once again, and Paul Hurry is now the length of the straight clear at the front then, and Dave Mears seems to have a measure of young Ryan Ashcroft in that race for 2nd and 3rd places. As Hurry leads him on to 4 then. Vermeers holding 2nd. Ashcroft really wide on the exit of that top corner, but still hangs on to 3rd place for Rowlands in 4th. Liam Ashcroft in 5. Coates in 6. Paul Harvey's hands in the air as he coasts him into that corner. Has he got a problem? He had his hands in the air going up that back straight for the final time, but Paul Harvey wins the final heat in the first leg of the 350s. It's Dave Mears who picks up the second. Good ride for Ryan Ashcroft in third. Phil Rowlands is going to be in fourth. Liam Ashcroft in 5, Coates in 6th place. Race 6 result, then a win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second number 19, Dave Mears. And third number 45, Ryan Ashcroft. 886, 83 and 77. So 86, 19, 45, 886, 83 and 77. Over the page then to race 7, first heat 500 sidecars. Aaron Vale's passenger will be Kira Southgate. So Paul Smith just getting the grid there for Mitch Godden, and same's applying there to Dan Berwick. Those two side by side as they line up for the first heat of 500 sidecar action. Scott Dunn just circling round the track at the moment. Barry Bennett is next crew to come up into line. Barry will have grid number 2 then. Then young James Hogg comes in alongside Barry Bennett. Then Aaron Vale. Right on the inside is Scott Dunn for a very competitive heat of 500 sidecar action. So Godden on the outside, then Berwick inside him. Then we've got the Vales, then we've got Hogg, then we've got Bennett and Scott Dunn right on the inside then. As all the passengers just checking the grid and getting the groove there before settling down for this first heat of 500 sidecar action. Settling down then for the first heat of 500 sidecar action, and where they go, Dan Barrett's made a good start. Mitch Godden's got away as well. Looks at Barrett so they get the corner first. Mitch Godden in the action with him as they go up the back straight for the first time. Barrett leads. Godden's cruising on round the outside, trying to come round to Barrett and gets round the outside Barrett to move in the first place. And looks at the Vales have got through on the inside. The 3 abreast coming out of that top corner. Tremendous action. The first heat of 500 sidecars. And this Godden leads and Vales have gone to the second. Barrett has gone to the third. Hogg is in 4th place. Bennett in 5. Dunn is in 6. Up to 6 they go. Off the back straight once again. It's Mitch Godden leads. The Vales doing all the chasing there in second place. Berwick has got the third. These 3 getting away from the chasing pack. At that top corner on lap number 2 then. It's Godden and Smith who leads in. Then Vale holding that second place. Berwick's hogging the line in third. Hogg's coming into place with Bennett. That race for 4th and 5th place is Scott Dunn back in 6th place again. The Vale's trying to get inside Godden on the inside of that top corner, but Godden's got the speed going up the straight, and it's still Godden who leads in. Then Vale's holding second. These 2 getting away from Vales who've got the third. They're queuing up for 4th, 5th and 6th places. Scott Dunn gets inside Barry Bennett to move through into 5th place. So Godden leads in, but Vale in second. Berwick has got the third. Hogg is in 4th. Dunn in 5. Bennett drops back for 6th as they go up the back straight once again. And it's still Godden who leads in, but hard chasing Vale in second place. Berwick's consolidating that 3rd place position, and Dunn's after Hogg for the 4th spot. Checkered flag comes out then for Mitch Godden. He wins the first to the 500. Vale picks up the second. Berwick is in 3rd. Hogg is in 4th. Dunn in 5. Bennett in 6th place. Race 7 result then. A win for number 9, Mitch Godden and Paul Smith. Second number 152, Aaron Vale and Kira Southgate. And third number 68, Dan Berwick and Josh Russell. 73, 7 and 118, who has put back 1 place for barging into Barry Bennett on that 3rd lap upon the top corner. So 9, 152, 68, 73, 7 and 118. So we move on then to the next heat of the 500 sidecars, reigning champion. Josh Goodwin has got the inside, and Simon Beard has been very, very quick. Natasha Bartlett short. Harvey, Shaun Hughes, another very competitive heat of 500 sidecar action. So we've got the reigning champion and the former champion in action this time. Goodwin has got the inside. Looks at Bartlett is moving next to him. Then we've got Shaun Harvey, then young Chris Neame, then young Shaun Hughes, and Simon Beard with Phil Rowlands in the chair right on the outside for this second heat of 500 sidecar action. Just waiting with Shaun Harvey to move into line. He's now ready. All 6 crews are ready for race number 2 of the 500 sidecars. Away we go, and Josh Goodwin lifts out of the start, and Shaun Harvey's got away, and so has Simon Beard got away. Josh Goodwin trying to get through on the inside of Shaun Harvey, gets the corner first. Simon Beard makes a move round the outside. These two locked together, shoulder to shoulder, going up the back straight. Shaun Harvey on the inside, Simon Beard trying to get round the outside. Josh Goodwin chasing these two. They're 3 abreast coming out of that top corner for the first time then. As Shaun Harvey leads, Simon Beard again trying to make a move round the outside. Josh Goodwin after that bad start finds himself back in 3rd place, and really motoring up that 2nd place of Simon Beard. Up the back straight they go once again. Harvey leads, Henry Beard in 2nd. Goodwin has got the 3rd. Moving into that top corner, one's going to make 2 bites between 1st and 2nd. The same between 2nd and 3rd. Goodwin goes for a drive right round the outside, but it's Harvey who holds the base. Beard goes down to block the move of Goodwin. As they're at the pits corner once again then. It's Harvey who leads, Henry Beard in 2nd. Goodwin again trying to get round the exit. Beard on the exit for that corner. Look at the speed coming up that back straight once again. It's still Shaun Harvey clear, and Simon Beard closed the gap slightly on the entry to that corner. He's gone wide. Goodwin trying to get through on the inside as Harvey leads him on the 4. Then for Beard holding on 2nd. Goodwin has got the 3rd place. He's a long way clear of Bartlett in 4 as we watch him up the back straight for the final time. Super into action. Shaun Harvey takes a quick look behind him. He's got Simon Beard motoring after him in 2nd place, and Beard again closed the gap on the entry to that top corner, but Shaun Harvey's going to win this one. Shaun Harvey gets one in right. Simon Beard picks up the 2nd. Josh Goodwin is back in 3rd. Natasha Bartlett is in 4th. Chris Neame in 5th place. Cracking 500 sidecar action there in race number 8. Drama was, of course, Josh Goodwin made a good start but couldn't keep the front wheel down. That allowed both Harvey and Beard to get the run to the first corner, and the result is a win for number 72, Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg. 2nd, number 4, Simon Beard and Phil Rowlands, and 3rd, number 3, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. 65 and number 11. So 72, 4, 3, 65 and 11. Races 9 and 10 will be combined. Delete 01 and delete 93. The other crews will all go in this race number 9. So Bowman's the first to come into line in grid number 1 then. And we got Tony Penfold towards the middle of the grid. Number 18, Rob Heath, coming right towards the outside, as is Martin Cuff. Of course, they'll have to sort the grids out because the 6 crews have actually come from 2 different races. So whether they've sorted the grids out before they come out for this race, seem to be talking amongst themselves exactly who is going where. Because of course the 2 heats have now been put into 1. So Martin Cuff's on the outside, Heath is going in on the inside of him. Then we've got Tony Penfold. Berwick is looking for his position on the grid. I can see that Bowman are settling in grid number 1. Tony Penfold just pushing his way up to the track, as is Chris Berwick. They look to have sorted themselves out. We're just waiting for Chris Berwick to come into line as these 6 crews in the left-handers settle for their first heat of action. So just waiting for Rob Heath to come into line. Number 18, all the rest seem to be ready. Bowman's on the inside, Martin Cup on the outside. A little bit anxious at the start. Away they go, and Heath has made a good start. And Martin Cup is going to win, but he's going to get the corner first. Martin Cup holds that second place. Bowman's are not going to wait too quickly from the inside. It's Heath who leads at the back straight for the first time, with Cup chasing hard there in second place. Looks like Berwick has gone through into third, with Penfold in fourth. As it is Heath who leads into that top corner. Martin Cup coming right round the outside, trying to get the lead off for Heath. Heath's pushed him wide on the exit from the corner. It's Heath who leads, and Martin Cup again trying to get right round the outside. Berwick has got the third, but Penfold has now gone through into third place, and Martin Cup again on the shoulder of Heath. Heath to lock together, going up the back straight once again. Heath on the inside, Cup again trying to get round the outside. A bite between them, moving into that top corner once again. Heath holds the inside, Cup gives it everything right round the outside. Has he got the drop on Heath this time? He just got the drop, so good ride by Martin Cup coming right round the outside, and there's Cup who leads them, but Heath in second, Penfold is in third, Berwick in four, Penfold in five, Bowman surprisingly back in six as they go up the back straight once again, and slowly but surely Martin Cup is pulling away at the front then, but Heath holding that second place position. Penfold has got the third, and the other Penfold now moves into fourth, relegating Berwick to five. He is dropped from third to fifth place as the last lap flag comes out then for Martin Cup, the clear leader. Beneath holding second, Penfold is in third, Penfold in fourth, Berwick in five, Bowman's in six. They're pretty well spread out now in the first heat of a left-hand action, but the former champion Martin Cup looks like picking up the winning ride in the combination of races 9 and 10. It's Martin Cup who takes each checker flag this time. He picks up the second, Penfold is in third. The other Penfold is in fourth, Berwick in five, Bowman in sixth place. So a combination of races 9 and 10, a win for number 1 to 8, Martin Cup and Colin Clark. Second number 18, Rob Heath and Carl Fish. And third number 25, Tony Penfold, Carl Bell. 1 to 5, 68 and number 7. So 1 to 8, 18, 25, 1 to 5, 68, number 7. On we go to race 11, the start of the second leg of the 250s. So Charlie Brooks winner first time out, as was Henry Atkins. Graham Thomas got a good second, as did Ollie Stanford. So we should be in with some cracking action again in race number 11. So Mark Collins on the outside, we've got Henry Atkins just inside him, then Charlie Brooks is inside him. Those are the two to watch for his second heat. Mark Collins almost rolls and then Henry Atkins gets away, and Charlie Brooks has completely missed the start. Ollie Stanford gets the corner for Chris Atkins. It sweeps round the outside and leads at the back straight the first time. Stanford's holding that second place. Thomas has got the third. Brooks is back in four and has got to work his way through traffic this time in this second sort of the second leg of the 250s then. Henry Atkins already building himself a big lead. The front Stanford's just been hanging on that second. Thomas has gone wide and Brooks has got inside Thomas to move through in the third place. Thomas again back round the outside, retakes that third place. Brooks again back round the outside to retake third, and he sets about chasing Stanford second place now. That's allowing Henry Atkins to get away at the front. They bunch up for the minor places. It's Stanford on the inside. Brooks trying to come right round the outside. He's got round Stanford to move through in the second, but Stanford comes again to retake the second place. Red flag is out. We have a red flag out. Roller down. Red flag is out. We have a roller down upon that pits corner. Chris White in it, I think.
No? He's at the back, so...
So this is race number 12 12 then. Adam Hawker, of course, will be number 50. So Adam Hawker, Tim Gregg got a third first time out. Chris Johnson got a second. David Knowles won his opening ride. So again, some good action in race 12 as we see Chris Johnson going to grid 1. Tim Gregg comes in alongside him. We got Charles Dismore, then Anthony Sales. David Knowles has gone from the inside grid for his first race to right to the outside for his second ride. He'll need to make a much better start this time than he did first time out. Adam Hawker won from the outside as the starter moves away. Away they go, Tim Gregg making a good start, so is Adam Hawker. David Knowles got away better this time. It's Knowles who gets a corner for Hawker, holds that second. Gregg is in third, looks like Chris Johnson making a move round the outside to go for the third place. Tim Gregg comes again to try and retake that third as Knowles leads him, and Hawker in second. Johnson's got the third. Gregg is in fourth place as they come to the complete lap number 1. There's David Knowles who is the clear leader. Then it's Nathan Irwin who's got that second. Hawker in third. Johnson is in fourth, gets round the edge of Gregg to go through into fourth place. It's Nathan Irwin has put the cat amongst the pigeons there, 3 abreast, going up that back straight once again. Then Knowles is getting away. Irwin's having a good ride there in second. Hawker and Johnson shoulder to shoulder for third and fourth, and Johnson round the outside of Irwin to move through in the second place, and Hawker trying to get through on the inside as Knowles still leads him. Then Johnson second. Hawker is in third, but Irwin back round the outside, but he's dropped in second and fourth as Tim Gregg trying to get through into that fourth place position as the leader David Knowles clear going up that back straight then. It's Johnson who's got the second. Irwin's in third. Hawker's in fourth. Gregg is in 5. These 5 clear of Dismore in 6 as the last lap flag comes out. Then 4 David Knowles looking to make it 2 of the 2 and the 8 for the 250. So Johnson consolidating that second. Irwin's hanging on to third. Hawker again dives back through on the inside, but Irwin again sweeps back round the outside. And Tim Gregg trying to get round the edge of Hawker as well. Hawker comes again to retake that 4th place. The main action of 4th and 5th as David Knowles is well clear the front. Johnson's consolidate that second. Irwin's got the third. Gregg has got round Hawker as Knowles gets one in right. Johnson picks up the second. Irwin in third. Gregg in 4. Hawker in 5. Dismore in 6. Sales in 7th place. Good action again there in race number 12, won by number 64 David Knowles, second number 42 Chris Johnson, and third number 32 Nick Irwin. 10, 50, 182 and 78. So 64, 42, 32, 10, 50, 182, 78. Back now to race 11, without of course the excluded Chris White. So Charlie Brooks will be very grateful for this restart, having completely missed the start from this race for his first run. Then Henry Atkins there, we got Mark Collins on the outside of him, Charlie Brooks on the inside, Graham Thomas then goes on the inside of Charlie Brooks. Then we got Ollie Stanford with Phil Thomas right on the inside. Another competitive heat, this race 11. Up for a take and Henry Atkins making a good. Charlie Brooks has been completely left and Ollie's got to do it all again for the back, and that's there. Atkins to get away at the front. Looks like Thomas has gone through into second place. Collins holds that third place position as Atkins cleared them from Thomas in second. Collins has got the third. Charlie Brooks has not made it impressed a moment. Now he starts to work his way through the pack. They're 4 abreast for third place coming up that top corner as Atkins cleared them from Thomas in second. Brooks has passed 3 riders on that top corner to go through the third place. Can he get to Thomas and Atkins as Atkins cleared them from Thomas holding second. Brooks is motoring after Thomas for that second place. Phil Thomas has now gone through the third. Collins has got back to 4th place. Stanford is in 5. That's the top 5. But it's Henry Atkins who leads then for a wide riding. Graham Thomas has got the second. Brooks almost release of Thomas. Thomas looks on the inside, but Brooks is coming around the outside. He's alongside Thomas going into that big corner once again. Shoots round the outside to move through into second place. So Brooks has come from last to second, but he's a long way behind Henry Atkins now as they move on to 4 this time then. Atkins a clear leader from Brooks holding second. Thomas has got the third. He looks behind him, sees Stanford in 4. Phil Thomas in 5. Mark Collins is in 6. As the leader Henry Atkins looking to make it 2 to 2 in the defence of his 250 crown here this afternoon. He's a long way clear of Brooks who's got that second. Thomas has got the third. So Henry Atkins makes it 2 to 2. Charlie Brooks picks up the second place. Graham Thomas is in third. Ollie Stanford's going to be in 4th. Phil Thomas in 5. Mark Collins in 6th place. Race 11 result then, a win for number 29, Henry Atkins. Second, number 16, Charlie Brooks. And third, 314, Graham Thomas. 11, 22 and 305. So 29, 16, 314, 11, 22, 305. Over the page to race 18, the third leg in the second leg, third heat in the second leg of the 250 solos. Luke Harris, good second place, first time out, delete number 82. Hollinsby on the outside, Harris the favourite, this one next to him on the grid as they line up then. Up to the tape, Harris making a good start. Ben Wallace, George Fenner completely left on the line as it's Ben Wallace gets the corner first, but Luke Harris swings round the outside, Little almost into the back of Ben Wallace. They go up the back straight on the opening lap then. Luke Harris leads him, but Ben Wallace in second. Little has got the third. Little again trying to get inside Worrell on the entry to that top corner. Does get inside Worrell. Worrell trying to come back round the outside as Luke Harris building himself a big lead already. Little has got the second. Worrell is in third. Guthridge is in fourth. Just back for the four now as they go up the back straight once again. Harris the clear leader then from Little holding that second. Worrell has got the third. Guthridge is in fourth, pretty well spread out now in this race number 13 as Luke Harris increases lead with every turn of the wheel then. He's well clear for Little, who's got that second. Worrell's in third. He looks back to see Guthridge in fourth place. Very equidistant between the four. Then as Luke Harris halfway up that back straight on lap number 3, throws it into that top corner. The last lap flag awaits number 26. Luke Harris looking to pick up his first heat win of the afternoon, and he's clear then from Little holding second. Worrell's got the third. Guthridge is in fourth. That's the four, and Harris is up going up that back straight on lap number 4. Increases lead all the time over Little, who's got that second. Worrell in third. Guthridge in fourth place. So race number 13, a win for number 26, Luke Harris. Second is going to be Russell Little. Third place, Ben Worrell, and fourth, Brandon Guthridge. Race 13 result then, a win for number 26, Luke Harris. Second, number 91, Russell Little, and third, 501, Ben Worrell, and fourth, number 174. So 26, 91, 501, 174. Race 14, delete 184. Coming to line then for race 14, the start of the second leg of the 350 solos then. Barry Coates one on the outside, and then we've got Barber next to him, Barry Powell waiting to come in, Tom Davis waiting to come into his getting position for this race number 14. Tom Davis settles in then, we're now just waiting for Barry Powell. Had a good ride first time out. Up for the Tyson Davis has made a good start. Lawrence Barber's away, so is Barry Powell. But Powell gets the corner first. He leads in Davis in second. Lawrence Barber swings round the outside to move through to second place. As Powell leads in from Barber in second. Davis has got the third. Adams in fourth. Fensman in 5. That's the top 5 of that top corner on the opening lap. Barry Powell's already building himself quite a big lead. Good action, good on for the minor places. Barber holds that second. Ward has got the third. Fensman is in 4. Davis in 5. Adams in 6. Coates in 7. That's the 7. As Barry Powell building himself a big lead at the front then. Still Barber holds on to that second despite the best efforts of Chris Water. Again gets back inside Barber to retake the second place. Barber again sweeps back round the outside as Powell is the leader then. from Ward holding second. Barber back round the outside fence, Smith going for the inside, they're clear abreast for second place, and they race up the back straight once again. Then Powell's a clear leader. Ward holds that second. Fensmith's in third. Barber has gone from second and fourth, and there goes Fensmith again, winding it on round the outside of that top turn, trying to get round the outside of Brisbane as Powell leads him on to four. Then from Ward holding second. Fensmith again dives for the inside, gets into second place. Can Ward speed back round the outside of that pitch corner as Powell's cleared the front, and Barber's gone wide. A chance for Ward to get back through on the inside. Two bites between these two as they go in that top corner for the final time. It's Barry Powell who picks up the winning ride. Fensmith's going to hang on to second place. Ward is picking up the third. Wide riding Barber comes across the line in four. Davis in five. Adams in six. Coates in seventh place. Race 14 then. A win for 821, Barry Powell. Second, number 32, Jamie Fenn-Smith. And third, number 61, Chris Ward. 161, 12 and 77. Rider 67 is excluded from that race for going outside the markers on 3 occasions upon the top corner. So 821, 32, 61, 161, 12 and 77. Race 15, delete number 29, good racing prospect. Tom Perry won his opening ride. Mark Giles got a good third. Paul Hurry won his opening ride. Mark Taylor was third in his opener, so he should be in some good action in race number 15. Two unbeaten riders clash in this race. Number 15, Tom Perry and Paul Hurry, with Mark Giles in the action as well for race 15. On cover station, Paul Hurry gets a rocket in the start there. Tom Perry has made the best of starters. Paul Hurry gets a corner for Tom Perry's got that second again. Mark Giles is slow away, but Tom Perry comes under pressure from Mark Taylor, but pushes Taylor wide as Hurry leads him. But Perry in second. Taylor is in third place. Ashcroft in fourth. Giles surprisingly back in five as they complete the opening lap. Then it's Hurry who leads him. And Perry holding second. Taylor's got the third. Ashcroft in fourth. Giles in five. Pankhurst in six. Rowlands in seven. That's a seven. And Tom Perry's closed the gap on Paul Hurry, going up that back straight once again. He's to a long way clear of Mark Taylor. Mark Giles starting to work his way through the pack and moves up to fourth place as Hurry leads and Perry again trying to find a way through on the inside. Two bites between these two as they go in that pits corner once again. It's Hurry on the inside. Perry making his move around the outside. Two bites between them, going up the back straight once again. Hurry leads and then Perry in second. Down the length of the straight clear of Taylor's got that third place. Hurry again holding the inside, forcing Perry to come right round the outside if he wants to win. It's Hurry who leads by right then, but Perry in second place with the fifth corner once again. Hurry on the inside, Perry again trying to come right round the outside, and Perry's gone round. Hurry, can he hold the line? Yes he can. It's Perry who leads by right going into that top corner for the full time. Perry's gone wide. Hurry trying to come back through on the inside. Hurry comes through, pushes Perry wide, and Paul Hurry gets winning ride. Second is Tom Perry. Super action between those two for first place. Giles has come to in the third. Taylor is in fourth. Ashcroft in five. Pankhurst in six. Rowlands in seventh place. Brilliant action there in that heat of the 350s. Breathtaking action there in race number 15. What a brilliant race that was between Paul Hurry and Tom Perry, and the result is a win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second, number 1, Tom Perry, and third, number 26, Mark Giles. 170, 83, 28 and 886. So 86, 1, 26, 170, 83, 28, 886. Race 16, Rob Finlow winner first time out. Andy Mellish got a good third, as did Andrew Whittaker. Dave Mears also well in contention, and Wayne Broaders got a second in his opening ride. So again, some good action in race number 16. So Crooks is on the inside, Andrew Whittaker towards the middle, Andy Mellish in the middle of the grid, Rob Finlow on the outside, the reigning champion, winner first time out, comes in alongside Andy Mellish. We wait for Wayne Broaders to go into line, Dave Mears and Ryan Ashcroft to settle for this race number 16. Just waiting for Rob Finlow to come into line on the outside of the grid. That'll end for 16. Away they go, and Ryan Ashcroft made a cracking start. Rob Finlow's got away well, but if they get the corner first, it's Wayne Brawler's coming on the inside. Finlow sweeps round the outside of Joe. Andy Mellish going right round the outside, moves through into third place. As Finlow leads him, and Brawler's in second. Mellish has got the third. Mears in four. Ashcroft is in five. That's the top five as they complete the opening lap. Then it's Rob Finlow who leads, and Brawler's holding second. Andy Mellish trying to find a way past Wayne Brawler's. Brawler's holds the middle of the track. Mellish again totally gets committed, going right round the outside. Comes alongside Brawler's, moves through in the second place and sets about chasing Finlow now. Moving to that top corner once again. It's Finlow who leads, and for Mellish in second. Brawler's has got the third. Mears is in four. Whittaker is in five. Can put in lap number two. Finlow the leader. Mellish second. Brawler's in third. Mears gets close in four. Whittaker in five. Ashcroft is in six. That's the top six as they stream up the back straight once again. Rob Finlow start to stamp his authority in this heat of the 350s. For Mellish having a good ride there, holding second. Mears is getting closer in fourth place, challenging Wayne Brawler's for that third. As Finlow leads him on to four then. Mellish holding second. Brawler's in third. Dave Mears just abide behind Wayne Brawler's. That's scrapped for third and fourth places. And Ryan Ashcroft has now lost his place, and Whittaker scrapped through in the fifth place. As Finlow's cleared the front, the Dave Mears comes alongside Wayne Brawler's Super Action with third and fourth places. Finlow gets one in right. Andy Mellish picks up the second. Mears gets third. Brawler's in four. Ashcroft in five. Whittaker in sixth place. More super racing again there in race number 16, and a win for number 6, Rob Finlow. Second number 7, Andy Mellish, and third taking it by inches as they flashed across the line, number 19, Dave Mears. 158, 45, 17 and 91. Cracking racing again there in race 16. So 6, 7, 19, 158, 45, 17 and 91. Race 17, Phil Rowlands is the passenger for Simon Beard, and Kira Southgate is the passenger for Aaron Vale. Shaun Harvey winner first time out. Simon Beard got a good second place, so again should be in for a treat in race 17. So coming into line then for the start of the second leg of the 500 sidecar. Shaun Harvey, impressive winner first one. Looks as if he's got the inside grid for this one. Barry Bennett comes towards the outside. Vale was waiting to come into line, so Shaun Harvey then were on the inside. Simon Beard is next to him. Then we've got the Vales. That could make an interesting first corner then. Sean Hughes, then Barry Bennett with Scott Dunn right on the outside then for this race number 17. Just went in for Scott Dunn on the outside. Shaun Harvey on the inside to come into line then for the start of the second leg of the 500 sidecars. 6 crews are ready. Away they go, Simon Beard and Shaun Harvey get away together. Harvey's going to get the corner first. Simon Beard has got the second. Barry Bennett's tucked into third place. The Bells have got inside Barry Bennett to move through into third place. They get back inside Bennett again as it is Harvey who leads, and Beard trying to find a way through into Shaun Harvey. These two locked together for first and second place. Harvey's holding the inside line, no way through for Beard at the moment as Harvey leads and Beard holding second. Bells have got third. Bennett in fourth. Dunn is in five. Hughes back in sixth place as they go on the back straight once again. Beard got past him. Harvey there. Harvey trying to come back through on the inside. They lock together for shoulder to shoulder for first in second place, and Harvey gets back through on the inside. Beard again trying to get back round the outside as Harvey leads in from Beard holding second. Bells in third, and Beard again gets back inside Harvey. Nothing much between these two. The gap's on the inside. Simon Beard's got thrown into Shaun Harvey. Harvey again trying to get back round the outside. Gets back round the outside, but Beard comes again going up that back straight as Beard leads in from Harvey in second. These two pulling away for the Bells have got the third place position. Simon Beard leads in. Shaun Harvey trying to come right round the outside of that top corner, but Beard's got a boycott it now, so he's moving on to four then. Beard leads in from Harvey in second. Bell in third. Bennett in 4, done in 5, Hughes in 6, and Harvey coming alongside Beard as they go up the back straight once again. There's still only a bite between them as they dive into that pits corner for the final time. It's Simon Beard on the inside. Where's Shaun Harvey going to go? He goes wide, cuts it back for the inside run, but Beard's got the speed. Beard gets to it in line. Harvey in second, Bale in third, Bennett 4, Dunn 5, Hughes in 6. Brilliant 500 sidecar action again there at the start of the second leg. Well, the racing just gets better and better and better. Race number 17, another brilliant race there, and a win for number 4, Simon Beard and Phil Rowlands. Second, number 72, Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg. And third, number 152, Aaron Vale and Kira Southgate. 7, 118 and 77. What another super race that was. Race 18, Josh Goodwin needs the points this time. Mitch Godden winner first time out. Natasha Barkley, Dan Berwick and James Hogg all in action in race 18. Right, they start to settle then for race number 18 then. See Dan Berwick going right towards the inside. James Hogg comes towards the outside grid. Josh Goodwin going to be in the middle, needs a good ride this time. Lifted at the start this first inning, only picked up a third place as Liam Brown comes to check the position there. So does Paul Smith for Mitch Godden, so should be in for some more good action this time out then. Godden, impressive winner of his opening ride. Curtis McElhenney just taking the groove there for Natasha Bartlett as they settle for the number 5 position in this race 18. So Berwick, Neame, Godden, Goodwin, Bartlett and Hogg in the gate positions for this race number 18. Stoller moves away. Off from the tape, and Berwick's made a good start. Godden got away as well. Where's Goodwin? He hasn't made the best of starts again, but he's going to be in second place as Godden gets a corner for Goodwin looking to drive around the outside. Berwick's following around the outside to move through into third place, and as Godden leads him, then Goodwin holding second. He's already starting to pull away from the super scrap for third, fourth and fifth places. As Godden leads him, then Goodwin holding second. Godden's on the line, no way through. On the inside, Goodwin's opening up him in second place. Godden's got the mid-track position going into that top corner once again there. It's Godden who leads him, then Goodwin in second. Berwick in this wheel, and Hogg is scrapping it out for third and fourth, and Berwick retakes that third place from Hogg as what's the scrap at the front. And again, Josh Goodwin really winding it on, chasing. Godden knows they complete lap number 2 then. It's Godden who leads him, then Goodwin holding second. Berwick is in third, Hogg is in fourth, Hogg is in 5. That's a top 5 dead stream down the back straight once again, and slowly but surely Mitch Godden's getting away from Goodwin. That scrap for first and second place. Having said that, look at the speed of Goodwin going in to that top corner once again then. Godden holds the line, Goodwin's got to go right around the outside as Godden leads him on to 4 then. Then Goodwin holding second, Berwick has got the third, Barkin now goes to the 4th, relegating Young Hogg to 5 as the leaders up the back straight on lap number 4. It's Mitch Godden looking to make it 2-2 in the heat to the 500 sidecars. Goodwin again winds it on the entry to that top corner, but Godden's got a little bit in hand as Mitch Godden makes it 2-2. Second place goes to Josh Goodwin. Berwick has got the third, Barkin in 4, Hogg in 5, Neame in 6th place. Good action again in race number 18. Race 18 result then, a win for number 9, Mitch Godden and Paul Smith. Second, number 3, Josh Goodwin and Liam Brown. And third, number 68, Dan Berwick and Josh Russell. 65, 73, number 11. So 9, 3, 68, 65, 73 and 11. Races 19 and 20 will be combined. Delete 01 and 93. So coming to line then for a combination of 19 and 20. Billy Penfold comes ahead on the outside. Martin Cuff, who had an outside gate in his first ride, which he won. Looks like he's got the inside grid this time. Heath's who got second place there alongside Martin Cuff. In fact, they've got one and Cuff has got two as they move into line then for this second heat of the left-handers. Bowman looks like he's going into three. Tony Penfold coming in, and it's Chris Berwick we're waiting for to come from the pits to make his way into line for this second heat of the left-handers. So Heath's on the inside, then Martin Cuff, then the Bowmans, then Tony Penfold, then Berwick and Billy Penfold on the outside as we wait for Berwick to come into line then. Waiting for Heath to move in on the inside. All look to be ready then for this second heat left-handers. Away they go, and Heath have got a fly. Martin Cuff is pretty slow away there, and Bowman's have got away. Martin Cuff has got to work his way through traffic, goes for the inside of the track for the outside and takes two crews really wide. It all happened from that top corner then, but Heath have stolen the mark to the front. Looks like Bowman has got the second, and Martin Cuff has come for nowhere. He was on the inside going in that corner, went right across and moved to the outfits completely wide, and Cuff has got round Bowman to move through in the second place as Heath leads then, but Cuff in second, Bowman has got the third, Berwick in fourth, Tony Penfold in five, Billy Penfold in six. That's the order of the back straight once again then. It's Heath who leads, but Martin Cuff and Heath have got their hand in the air. Disaster there for the Heath. They were leading that heat. They've got their hands in the air. They're halfway up their back straight, so Martin Cuff is well clear the front from Bowman's in second there. Bowman's coming under pressure for that second place as Martin Cuff leads and pulling lap number two. With Tony Penfold has gone for the second. Bowman's have got the third. Berwick in four. Billy Penfold is in five after a dramatic first corner, and this is the second leg of the left-handers then. Up the back straight they go once again then. Cuff the clear leader, and Penfold in second. Bowman has got the third. Berwick in four. Penfold in five, so Martin Cuff starts his last lap then looking to make it through the two, and he's the left-hand side cars then. He's clear then from Penfold holding second. Bowman now coming under pressure for that third with Berwick in four. Billy Penfold right round the outside to go through into fourth place as Martin Cuff's up the back straight for the fourth time then. Penfold has got that second, Bowman's have got the third, but Penfold looking to get that third place from the Bowman's. It's the main action of third and fourth as Martin Cuff makes it to the two. Penfold picks up the second place, and Billy Penfold right round the edge of Bowman's. Bowman's come again back up the inside and race the line to third place. It's Penfold who gets third, Bowman in four, Berwick in fifth place. The combination of races 19 and 20 won by number 128 Martin Cuff and Colin Clark. Second number 25 Tony Penfold and Carl Bell, and third number 7 Alex Bowman, Mark Hopkins. 125 and 68. So 128, 25, 7, 125 and 68. We start the third leg then with the 250s, Tim Gregg, Charlie Brooks, Luke Harris, the main ones to watch in this race number 21, delete number 82. So out they come then for this race number 21, the start of the third leg of the 250s. Tim Gregg, the first one to come into line. They'll have the happiest of afternoon so far for Tim. Giles Dismal sat was in that number 2. Charlie Brooks hasn't made a start all the afternoon. He's gone on the inside. Nathan Irwin, who went particularly well his last outing, he comes there, and Luke Harris is on the inside of Brandon Guttridge, who fills the outside gate for this race number 21. Away we go then, and it's Tim Gregg making a good start. Charlie Brooks has made the best start. Oh, and he's gone straight over the top there. Charlie Brooks, he's caught the back wheel of Luke Harris or Tim Gregg, and he's gone over the top. So that's disaster there for young Charlie Brooks. The first time he's made a decent start all the afternoon. Red flags, red flags. So the first time he's made a decent start all the afternoon. Looked to either clip the back wheel there of Luke Harris or Tim Gregg as they went into that top corner.
He's a world, eh?
So Sells goes into gate number 1. Ollie Stanford coming right over on the outside. Inside him he's got Graham Thomas, then Phil Thomas, then David Knowles, then Adam Hawker, then Hollingsby with Sells run on the inside for race number 22. Made a good start, so was David Knowles. Knowles gets a corner first. Adam Hawker's followed him through, but Graham Thomas sweeps round the outside, and Graham Thomas gets round the outside to David Knowles. Ollie Stanford followed him through as well. As Thomas leads him, for Knowles in second, Stanford is in third, Phil Thomas is in fourth place. That's the top four. They come to complete the opening lap. Then Graham Thomas has just got the advantage of David Knowles in takes the final on the exit for that top corner. As Thomas leads him, for Knowles in second, Stanford in third, Phil Thomas in fourth. David Knowles trying to make a way round the edge of Graham Thomas. A bite between these two going up the back straight once again. It's Thomas who leads in for Knowles in second. Stanford's having a good ride there in third. Phil Thomas in four. Hawker is in five. And David Knowles this time trying to come round Graham Thomas. He's really got to work for this time. David Knowles and Graham Thomas seem to know exactly where David Knowles is. There's 2 miles between them again going up the back straight. Graham Thomas leads him. Then David Knowles holding second. Stanford's got the third. Phil Thomas in four. Hawker is in five. And David Knowles can't close the gap on Graham Thomas at the moment as the last lap flag comes out, and the 2 former champions dropping it out for first and second place. And it's Graham Thomas with the advantage, and David Knowles switches to the outside of that pitch corner. Can he get the drive around the outside? No, he can't. Graham Thomas seems to know exactly where he is, and it's Thomas who leads in for Knowles in second. These two clear of Stanford in third. Coming out of that top corner for the final time, David Knowles is beaten for the first time this afternoon. Graham Thomas gets winning ride. David Knowles gets second. Ollie Stanford is in third. Phil Thomas is in fourth. Adam Hawker in 5, Sales in 6th place. Race 22 result, then a win for 314, Graham Thomas. Second number 64, David Knowles, and third number 11, Ollie Stanford. 22, 50, 78, and 27. So 314, 64, 11, 22, 50, 78, 27. Back now to the restart of race number 21. So they come into line then for this restart. Brandon Guthridge run on the outside, and inside him we've got Luke Harris, and inside him we've got Tim Gregg, Irwin, then Dismore. As they settle for the rerun of race number 21. Up for a take, quickly away then, and Brandon Guthridge is left behind. Tim Gregg gets the corner first, but this time Charlie Brooks has made a much better start, gets thrown into Tim Gregg. Looks like Luke Harris has followed him round the outside to go through in his second place as Brooks leads him. Then Harris in second. Gregg has got the third. Dismore is in fourth place. The 2 youngsters scrapping out the front then as Brooks leads him on 2 points from Harris. And then complete lap number 1 then. Brooks the leader, and Harris is in second. Gregg has got the third, and Harris is under down. Charlie Brooks down. They go up the back straight once again till about 2 points between them as Brooks is halfway up that back straight. This is where Harris closes the gap on the entry to that top corner. So about 3 or 4 points length between these two as they complete lap number 2 then. It's Brooks the leader then, and Harris holding second place. It's Charlie Brooks going to pick up his first race win of the afternoon. Graham Gregg has got third. Dismore is in fourth. Irwin in 5. Guthridge in 6. Up to 6 as Harris can't seem to close the gap on Brooks at the moment. They hit that top corner once again then. Brooks is the leader. He takes a wide line. Harris taking a much tighter line, but Brooks is getting away at the front then. But Harris holding that second place position. A long gap back to Tim Gregg who's filling that third spot. With Dismore in 4, the leader's halfway up the back straight on lap number 4, so Charlie Brooks very much on course to win this restarted race number 21. It's Charlie Brooks who gets the winning ride. Second place goes to Luke Harris. Looking back for Tim Gregg to come across the line in third. Good scrapman on for 4th and 5th places as Tim Gregg picks up the third. It's going to be tight for 4th and 5th. Irwin trying to get round the edge of Dismore. Irwin gets 4, Dismore 5, Guthridge in 6th place. 21 then a win for number 16, Charlie Brooks. Second, number 26, Luke Harris. And third, number 10, Tim Gregg. 32, 182 and 174. On we go to race 23. We've got unbeaten Henry Atkins, Chris Johnson. Those are the two to watch in this race, number 23. So Henry Atkins unbeaten the moment, settled on the inside line for this race number 23, third heat in the third leg of the 250s. Ben Worrell towards the inside. Chris Johnson was in the thick of the action all the afternoon. White comes in on the outside of him, and then we've got Russell Little right on the outside for race number 23. Where we going? Atkins makes a cracking start. He's really going in that top corner for the first time. Chris Johnson is a rider that's gone winning. Collins has gone through in the third place as Atkins lead, being chased by Johnson. They make their way at the back straight for the first time then. Atkins a leader. Johnson holds that second place position. Collins has got the third. Little's having to go round the outside and trying to improve upon that fifth place position. But as they complete one then, Atkins leads up and Johnson holding second. Fenner's got the third. Collins in four. Little is in five. Little guys showing some two riders to go through in the third place. Collins trying to sweep back round the outside, and Fenner's got back to on the inside. Super Action three abreast for third place. They're still three abreast going in that corner again. Little dives back through the gap and gets back through in the third place as Atkins is the race leader then. And Johnson holding that second place. Little's now got the third. Collins trying to come back round the outside. These two shoulder to shoulder, the third and fourth as they make their way in that fifth corner once again. It's Little on the inside. Collins again trying to get back round the outside, and now George Fenner's taking closer over in fifth place as Henry Atkins well clear on the last lap, looking to make it 3-3 in the heats of the 250s then. But Johnson holding that second place. Little has got the third. Collins in fourth, and then trying to get back to the action in fifth place again as leader Henry Atkins a length of a straight clear then, going into that top corner for the impressive stuff once again for the reigning champion. Henry Atkins gets the winning ride. Chris Johnson's going to pick up the second place position. Russell Little is going to get the third. Fenner is in fourth. We've lost Mark Collins on that last lap because Ben Worrell's the next rider across the line, then Colin White. So we lost Mark Collins on that last lap. Race 23 then, a win for number 29, Henry Atkins. Second, number 42, Chris Johnson. And third, number 91, Russell Little. 116, 501, 69, 305. So 29, 42, 91, 116, 501, 69, 305. Race 24, Andy Mellish, Mark Giles, Chris Ward, Wayne Broadhurst and Mark Taylor and Barry Powell have all been in the thick of the action, so another good heat of 350 action in race number 24. So coming out then, we start the third leg of the 350s. Chris Ward has gone extremely well this afternoon. The first one leads him out. Andy Mellish putting in a good show in his comeback meeting. Barry Powell won his last outing. Mark Taylor has been there or thereabouts. Mark Giles has been the surprise man. He can't indicate at all this afternoon. He's been dominating the 350s in the early weeks, but can't put a start together at all. Has had to work really hard for his points so far this afternoon. As Ward on one, then Broadhurst comes in alongside him, then Mark Taylor, then Barry Powell, then Liam Ashcroft, then Mark Giles and Andy Mellish. Ryan Ashcroft on the outside then for race number 24. Another good heat of 350 action. Away they go, then who's going to make the start? Barry Powell's made a good start. Leads it running on the top corner for the first time. Then Barry Paul. Don't need Jim Mark Jones has come from now. Look at Jones speed round the outside. Mark Taylor's moved through into third place. Andy Mellis trying to work his way to the pack. They're bunching up for third, fourth and fifth place once again on the entry to that top corner. It's Mark Jones who leads the race for the first time this afternoon. And Paul holding second. Taylor in third. Wallace in fourth. Mellis in five. That's Croft in six. Ward in seven. At the top seven. As they go up the back straight once again. Jones still leads and Barry Paul having to go in second. And Mark Taylor's having to go in third. Into that top corner they go once again. It's Jones who leads in from Powell on the inside. Taylor trying to come right round the outside of that top corner. But Jones has the advantage and Powell in second. Taylor in third. Mellis has gone round Rollers to go through in the fourth place. The lead the same as they got the back straight once again. Still Jones lead. It goes Taylor on the shoulder of Powell. Powell comes again. Back up the inside. Taylor again will wind it on round the outside of that top turn as Mark Jones is the clear race leader on to lap number 4 then. From Powell holding that second place. Taylor's got the third. Mellis in 4. Rollers 5. That's Croft in 6. That's still the top 6. And still Mark Jones holds him at days. They go up the back straight once again. Jones look behind him. Powell's pushing really hard there in second place and Taylor's getting close as well, just a fight between first and second. Jones has gone wide again on that final corner. Can Powell find a way through on the inside? Mark Jones gets one in right. Barry Powell is second. Mark Taylor third. Andy Mellis 4. Ryan Ashcroft in 5. Wayne Broaders 6. Ward in 7. Ashcroft in 8th place. Morgan Action there in race number 24. Race 24, win for number 26, Mark Giles. Second number 821, Barry Powell. And third 170, Mark Taylor. 7, 45, 158, 61 and 83. So from the top again, 26, 821, 170, 7, 45, 158, 61 and 83. On we go then to race number 25, unbeaten Rob Finlow in this one. Delete 184 and 29. So just a 5 coming out this time for this race number 25 with Pancras on the inside. Unbeaten Rob Finlow goes alongside him. Phil Rowlands in the middle of the grid. Jamie Fenn-Smith and Martin Adams on the outside for this race number 25 as we wait for Rob Finlow to settle. He coming into grid number 2. Reigning champion unbeaten in his opening 2. They settle number 25. Away they go, Finlow makes a good start, but can't keep the front wheel down. He's still the first to the corner there. He gets the corner first. Pancras has gone through into second. Rowlands in third. Martin Adams has failed to start, so left for just the 4 then. As Rob Finlow leads up the back straight then. From Pancras in second. Rowlands has got the third. Fenn-Smith is in 4th place. As Rob Finlow taking a wide line, looks behind him. Already built a big lead over Pancras, who's got the second. Rowlands in third. Fenn-Smith surprisingly back in 4th place. Equal distance between these 4 as we see the Finlow up the back straight once again. Rowlands now comes under pressure from Fenn-Smith, who winds it on round the outside to move through into 3rd place. Phil Rowlands gets back to on the inch of Fenn-Smith. Fenn-Smith again back round the outside to hang on to 3rd. As Finlow is the clear leader then. From Pancras in 2nd. Fenn-Smith is in 3rd. Rowlands in position number 4. That bike not selling too healthy in 4th place at the moment. As we see Finlow going that top corner once again, increases lead all the time then. From Pancras holding that second. Fenn-Smith has got the 3rd, but Rowlands in 4. Last that flag out then for Rob Finlow, commanding lead then. Pancras still holds that second. Fenn-Smith gets a little bit closer in 3rd. Rowlands dropping back in 4th as we watch the leader half field that back straight for the one more time then. So Pancras has got the second. Fenn-Smith in 3rd. Rowlands holds position number 4. Equal distance between the 4 as Rob Finlow's going to make it 3 to 3 in the heat to the 350s. He gets the winning ride. Pancras does his best ride of the afternoon so far. They get the second. Fenn-Smith is in 3rd. Rowlands in 4th place. Race 25 is on to win for number 6, Rob Finlow. Second number 28, Max Pankhurst. And third number 32, Jamie Fenn-Smith. Fourth number 886. Race 26 should be in for a cracker again. Tom Perry, Andrew Whittaker, Dave Mears, unbeaten Paul Hurry. But a super race when Perry and Hurry met in the last set of heats. What we in for in this race number 26. So Patrick Crook the first to come into line then. Lawrence Barber goes for the inside. Dave Mears comes in. Tom Perry goes into 2 as Paul Hurry settles in gate number 6 for this one. Coates comes in and we wait for Tom Davis, who'll be the last rider to settle for this third heat in the third leg of the 350s. Tom Davis coming on the outside of Paul Hurry as they settle in for race number 26. Dollar moves away. Away they go. Perry made a good start. Hurry's got away with it. Who's going to get the corner first? Hurry gets the corner first. Perry is in hot decision point between these two. Off the back plate they go on the opening then. It's Hurry who leads in from Perry holding second place. Dave Mears now goes through into that third place position as Hurry and Perry have 1 and 2 at the moment. They come to complete lap number 1 then. Hurry takes a wide line. Perry riding in second. Perry leads it and Perry holding second. Mears has got the third. Davis is in fourth place and Tom Perry's chasing on, but Paul Hurry's got the advantage at the moment. Up the back front on lap number 2, about 3 bikes between them. They both thrown into that top corner. Hurry's gone wide. Perry again taking a much tighter line. Can he get the drive to get through on the inside? No, Hurry's got the speed round the outside. Hurry leads it and Perry in second. Mears has got the third. Davis is in fourth. Not quite as scrapping out the last time out, but still some high speed action between Hurry and Perry as they hit that top corner once again. Hurry the leader goes wide again. Perry again taking that much tighter line, but Hurry gets the drive as he heads to the corner. Looks behind him. He's got 4 bikes on Perry as they're on the last lap this time then. Hurry leads from Perry in second. Mears has got the third. Davis is in fourth place. Coming up the back straight, Paul the followers on ruptured. Paul Hurry is going to be unbeaten after his opening 3 heats in this 350 championship. Paul Hurry picks up another impressive winning ride. Second place goes to Tom Perry. Dave Mears gets the third. Tom Davis is going to be in 4th. Lawrence Barber in 5th place. We haven't with Tom Davis has dropped it. Will hold in 3rd. Barber goes round the outside. So can Davis keep it going to pick up some points? He's keeping it going. But he's now got Crooks and Coates have gone past Tom Davis, who dropped it on that last corner. The result of race 26, who win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second, number 1, Tom Perry. And third, number 19, Dave Mears. 67, 91, 77, and 161. So 86, 1, 19, 67, 91, 77, 161. Race number 27, we go back to the 500 sidecars. Kira Southgate's a passenger for Aaron Vale, so Shaun Harvey, Josh Goodwin, Dan Berwick, all in action. Vale has been in contention all the time, so Shaun Harvey beaten for the first time in his last outing. Josh Goodwin picked up his first winning ride of the afternoon in his last outing, so he should be in some good stuff in race number 27.